introduction to Gayathri, Gayathri feels grateful to be in Swami's loving fold. She grew up in Michigan and went through the SSC program. With Swami's grace, she has been actively involved in the organization at different capacities, wire rep in Michigan, Philly and New Jersey area, SSC coordinator, and the president at the Cherry Hill Sai Center. She has been teaching SSC Group 2 for almost 13 years now and also completed the SSC HV training course. Gayathri feels truly blessed how Swami's teachings have made such a great impact on her. And fun fact, Gayathri is a Kathak dancer and her children call her musical mom as she is always singing. Her pet response to any dilemma is to go within. Gayathri, everyone.
Sairam to all the lights of love that are present in this room right now, and probably online as well. Here we are at the end of this memorable conference with so much to soak in, reflect upon, and to share. Hope those candles that you have at your seats will remind you that the best gift we give ourselves is discovering the light within us, and coming together here has helped the inner light to magnify, and hope everyone takes it back and shares it with others. Now, we are at R&R. What is R&R in the real world? Rest and relaxation. But in the spiritual world, it is reflection and recommit. So we're going to be doing an activity actually for the R&R. The part one. So everyone has the pink sheets with them. So there are two sides to it. The one side is blank, and the other side has a logo of Lights of Love, right? So we're going to turn to the blank side. That's part one, which is reflection. So we're all going to do part one of it. And it's going to be an interesting process to work with such a big group and doing activities. So we're all going to kind of figure it out together. All right. So what we're going to do is basically, here are the instructions. On the blank side of your pink sheet, we will be drawing a simple sun that will look something like this on the slide. Basically, try to make your drawing look as similar to this picture as possible. The big size doesn't matter, but hold on, don't start yet. I'm still giving the instructions. I know we're all enthusiastic and we're like, let's get to this activity. Now, while you're drawing, I suggest that please think of few attributes of the sun, like the brilliance of the sun rays, the warmthness, the giver of life, the magnificent. Basically, being mindful when you're drawing the sun. However, there are two requirements. One goal is to draw 54 sun rays. You see those triangles? Those, you have to draw 54 of them. I know I said mindful, so you have to be mindful and still keep the goal in mind. Yes? Please remember, this is not a competition. It is simply to see if you can reach the goal and be mindful. So that's the first requirement. How many rays? Wow, you guys are good students. I love that. And the second requirement is when I say start, is when you start drawing. When I say stop, pens down, and we'll have some guests that'll be coming up here in the front, and I would like your attention to be with them, if you don't mind. All right, so once again, the instructions are, when I say start, you'll start the drawing, the sun with 54 rays, but draw it mindfully. When I say stop, you will bring your attention to the front, to the volunteers that are going to be here. Any questions? Nice. All right, ready to draw? Start. And stop. Pants down. Pants down. Please bring your attention to the front, where we'll have our first volunteer, Shivani, come up here. No more touching the pink sheets. All right. Shivani, okay, please tell us your name and where you're from first.
Sarah, my name is Shivani, and I'm from Dallas, Texas.
And are you a student?
Yes, I go to Texas Women's University, and I'm a college student.
All right, so she's focusing on her studies right now. So we have 4 questions for each volunteer. We have 4 volunteers and 4 questions for them. Same questions. So the first question is, how are you feeling about your progress at this stage in your spiritual journey?
I would say in my life, this stage of my life, my spiritual journey, it's constantly changing. But I would say I have a lot of self-awareness, and I think self-awareness plays a key role in evolving spiritually. So yeah, I would say that I'm very flawed, but I have awareness of my flaws.
Thank you. The second question would be, would you improve anything that you're doing now to be more connected to your spiritual path?
Yeah, definitely. My cell phone. My screen time is an embarrassing number. I just checked today, and just Instagram alone has over an hour daily average, and that's not including iMessage and all the other things I use on my phone. So I would definitely cut that down.
All right. Are there any speed bumps, obstacles that come in your way at this stage of your life? Not the cell phone, but other obstacles.
Yes, like managing school, work, Sci Center, my social life, like everything, that's very difficult. Also making time for myself and scheduling time to connect with myself, connect with Swami. So just managing time, I would say, is difficult.
Any tips that helped you overcome some of the obstacles?
For sure. For me, I reach out a lot to my Sci sisters, friends from different regions, friends locally. I remember once this past semester, just had so much negative energy. And I just texted Cypria, actually, and within 10 minutes, I had like 15 to 20 guided meditations sent to me. And it was like, just like Swami through Cypria sent to me. So it was just reach out to people and also be someone that other people can reach out to.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you, Shivani. All right. Now, again, start your drawings. And stop. Oh, I know. Oh, I like that heads all came up and attention in the front. We're mindful. I like that. All right. So our next guest would be Aparna on the stage. I guess I already introduced saying Aparna, but so I guess I'll ask you the questions, again, the same questions. So no more touching the pink papers. I see some of them looking down. All right, so I know you're more focusing on your career right now? Mm-hmm. Okay. So how are you feeling about your progress at this stage in your spiritual life?
Balancing everything is a challenge, and also while balancing everything, reflecting on the learning that's coming through in different shapes and forms through all avenues. That's another thing that I want to focus on more.
Nice. And would you improve anything that you're doing now to be more connected or have a deep relationship with Swami or God?
Definitely. I think being more open to what's coming my way, embracing things as they come and being open, I think is what I would want to improve on going forward. Because the more I resist, I find that I'm able to focus less. So embracing change.
Yes. And any speed bumps, obstacles that come in your way at this stage of your life?
So it's related to what I just said. So these speed bumps or obstacles, I feel, are more self-created in the sense that they're either mental blocks, having certain ideas. For example, I could say that at work, I've always not wanted to get into the sales side because I felt very intimidated and I stayed away from it. But Swami has been pushing me in that direction for the last year or so. So I'm trying to embrace that and go with the flow. So
amazing. So I guess any tips to overcome, I know you kind of said it, but a little more tips for anybody who is focused on career path?
I think keeping our priorities, this came up in multiple sessions today, keeping Swami as our focus, being centered on him, kind of helps get that clarity and move forward. So I'm hoping to keep at it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Aparna.
Thank you, Sairam.
And start your drawings. We're aiming for 54 rays. And stop. Look, I see some hands up saying they're probably done with the 54 rays. What are you doing mindfully? Yeah? All right. So we're going to have our third guest up here. And can you please tell us your name and where you're from?
Sairam, I'm Valentina, I'm from Santa Fe, New Mexico.
All right, so we're going to go through the same questions again. I know you work as well, but you're focused on your family as well. So we're going to focus on the family part of it. So how are you feeling about your progress in that stage in your spiritual journey?
So this is a timely conference for me. It's sort of uplifting and necessary to kind of reconnect and enlighten the sisterhood. Yeah. The sisterhood. Swami sisterhood.
Yes, absolutely.
So I'm feeling inspired and I'm feeling like this is a perfect timing for me to be here with you all.
Great. And so it's a timely thing for you. So would you like to improve anything on that you're doing right now to connect to Swami in a deeper level?
So from our talks and from our conversations here, the reminder for me was to decrease 15 minutes of what Shivani said, screen time, WhatsApp, and my family is all international, so I have to always be on WhatsApp. So decrease 15 times on WhatsApp and then increase those 15 times with Swami. So that's my goal.
Oh, that sounds good. But are there any speed bumps or obstacles that would come in that way?
They always are. Yes, they always are. And with family and motherhood and work. But as we talked yesterday also, Swami is the master plan for our schedule, a schedule from 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. If I do my scheduling without checking with him, it's not nearly as reliable, right? So I put in his input there all the time, and it's almost perfect when I remember to check in my schedule with Swami.
That's a great tip as well, right? Yeah. And any other tips that you might use?
So staying connected. I realized, and our wonderful guest speaker yesterday spoke about Brene Brown and being vulnerable and being willing to connect with our sisters. I realized my son just got diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, and my sisters have been the ones that have been checking in, connecting. What do you need? What does he need? So just being able to connect, trust, and just be open for the help.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for the beautiful.
Sairam.
I know some of you finished. Hopefully it was mindful. And start the drawing again. And stop. And stop. Stop. All right, we have our fourth guest on the front, in the front. Can you please introduce yourself and where you're from?
Sairam. My name is Krisha Sherman. I'm from Region 4, St. Louis, Missouri, Southern Illinois.
All right. So you are retired right now?
In Swami's words, I am retired.
Oh, that's great. So how are you feeling about your progress in this stage of your life?
I love it because I was very fortunate to start with Swami and his teachings when I was in my early 20s. So I was able to go through the stages of life with Swami's teachings. I'm a retired teacher of 40 years, and I did Sathya education and human values in my classroom, and that was my heartbeat that I loved. And so a big gap after that was completed, retirement and stepping, and always involved in the organization, but now an incredible opportunity is serving as a regional president.
Awesome.
Being able to see all aspects of Sai organization and its beauty, and be able to be engaged with that energy every second of my life, 24/7.
So would you improve anything that you're doing now? Looks like you already have done a lot, so would you improve anything?
Well, Swami said that he gave us a reminder constantly of our divinity, and that is breath. Every breath we take is telling us that we are God. And trying to wake up in the morning to remember that, and keeping the mind on the sacredness of the truth within, from untruth to truth, from darkness to light, from death to immortality.
So were there any speed bumps or obstacles that came along?
Oh, for this time of life?
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. The body says it wants all kinds of rest. When you retire, your life was already in sections that you do these different things during the day, during the week, during the month, and all of a sudden you retire, and time all runs together. But with Swami as the heartbeat of your life, everything falls into place if you only have unshaken faith in him.
Absolutely. Thank you. And any tips?
A tip. Part of our workshop yesterday to help keep us going in that right direction is to realign our koshas. Every morning as soon as we get up, that God is in charge. God is our truth and our reality. Listen to his teachings from our conscience, keeping the mind, body, and the senses turned towards the divinity that we all are equally.
Thank you, thank you. All right, do you want to try one more time? Oh, you guys want to finish this 54 race, don't you? All right, start. And stop. Got you there. All right. As I said, this is not a competition. So we're going to explore the meaning behind this activity. You know, we drew the sun mindfully, had the goal of 54 sun rays, volunteers answered questions. So now who can solve this mystery behind this activity? Maybe just two guessers? What is this whole process about? All right, we have one in the front, one in the back. Oh, yeah.
So I think art of multitasking or maneuvering from one thing to other in a quicker way, and at the same time don't lose the focus on what you do.
That's pretty close, yes. That's one of the reasons, yeah.
I think just always like staying on task and like making sure that you're managing everything as with listening to like the speaker and their experience as well as doing your own thing and just making sure you're balancing that.
Balancing, okay. And the last one?
There'll be a lot of times when you're focused on something and something will just go past you. But don't forget to also pay attention to that because you don't know what's there.
Oh, goodness. Yeah. Wow, you guys are all good. So I guess I'm just going to summarize it. You guys all had the right answers. Basically, we attend these amazing retreats, conferences, workshops. We get excited and are determined to set a goal to work on when we get back to our lives. Just like we had the goal to draw 54 sun rays. While working on that goal, life happens. We had different stages of life: college, career, probably family, and retirement. So life does happen, but they are valid and, you know, they have to be given their own attention. However, sometimes life can carry us away from our goal because we don't necessarily take time to reflect on what's going on within ourselves. So that was my attempt with this whole beautiful activity. Hope everyone liked it? Yeah? All right. So self-reflection creates self-awareness, which brings our attention back to committing to the path of spiritual growth by practicing Swami's teachings every day. And we have two quotes that, the two young adults are going to come up here and read for us.
Sairam, this is the first quote. You may read the Ramayana and the Bhagavad Gita, but without practice, nothing is gained. Put into practice at least a bit of what you read and hear. Will the darkness in the world be dispelled by the message of light? Can the disease be cured by merely listening to the efficacy of medicine? Can the poor get rid of poverty by listening to the principles of economics? Can hunger be satiated by mere repetition of the names of various delicious dishes? No, you can attain bliss only when you put your knowledge into practice. This is from Sathya Sai Speaks, Volume 30. Instead of learning 100 things, it is very important to practice at least one. So start practicing. You get experience only through practice. This is from Sathya Sai Speaks, Volume 26.
Sairam, the next quote is, "Some have come to me and asked this very question. We have been engaged in this spiritual practice for years now. We have written the name of God lakhs of times. We have repeated it ceaselessly for many years, but we have not succeeded. Why have we not reached the goal? I want each one of you to search within yourself for the answer. Examine your own effort and achievement and judge your own spiritual practices, unaided by me. Have you shed tears of contrition, tears of exultation while repeating his name, so full of sweetness and beauty while visualizing his form, so full of loveliness and charm? Find out for yourself whether your spiritual practices have also been purposeful and sincere, wakeful, and worthwhile." This is from Sathya Sai Speaks, Volume 2. Sairam.
Thank you, Vidya and Padma. So as Swami says, practice is the key. Infuse your day with awareness and sincere practice. Now we're coming to part 2. Let's take our pink sheets and turn it over. And it has our logo. Wow. So we're going to take 10 minutes to write a letter of commitment to Swami on choosing at least one thing that you would like to change in yourself and practice it daily. Let's choose recommitment and have the journey of profound inner and spiritual growth. After writing this letter, let's remember to keep the letter alive. In other words, let's not fold it and keep it away somewhere safe. Maybe we can read the letter every night before we go to bed, or at least open it once a week. So please don't let the letter die. When you nourish it by opening the letter and reading it, it will nourish you back by reminding you to practice what you have committed, or what you have made commitment, and it will motivate you to change to be a better version of you. So before we start the letter, we also have a beautiful video that's going to be playing in the back, and I'm also going to take a seat and write the letter to Swami. Thank you.
Where has the time gone? We are already at closing remarks. And to give the closing remarks, here is Sujata Suresh. A quick introduction to Sujata. Sujata came to Swami through her husband's family in the 90s. She has been committed to helping, guiding, and working with children and young adults for many years. Along with being a mother of 2 YAs, Suja plays the role of an SSC teacher, mentor, and confidant. She enjoys music, crocheting, dance, cooking, and being around people. I asked Sujata yesterday, why don't you tell me a quick fun fact about yourself? She said, no, I really don't have any fun facts. Well, Sujata, a little birdie told me that you can operate auditorium lights for classical dance recitals. No wonder we see a happy glow around you all the time. Sujata, please.
Om Shri Sai Ram. Dearest Swami, my loving salutations at your lotus feet. Sai Ram to you all. We are near the conclusion of this historic first national Sai Women's Conference. I'm so thankful to have been a part of the core planning team for this event. During this journey, Swami has worked through me and has helped me learn and grow. Coming to this conference and seeing all your love for Swami, I'm proud to call myself a Sai devotee in this sisterhood. The main thing I take away from this conference is that we are not alone. Look at the person to your right. Look at the person to your left. Now, look around this hall. These are your sisters, Sai sisters. We hope you leave this conference with a heart full of love, and we hope you spread this love and light in every corner of this nation. We request that you take your learnings and memories of this conference to your center members and share with sisters who could not attend. We hope and pray that the momentum generated in this last few months leading up to this conference is maintained by each one of us. We can organize women in our centers to meet once a month and conduct study circles based on our favorite quotes. Or maybe women can join hands and hearts to conduct selfless service in our communities on a regular basis. As we continue to support and empower each other, there are many ways for us to shine brighter in Sai: service, adoration, illumination. On behalf of the Sai Women's Conference Core Planning Team, I want to express our gratitude to scores of sisters who have worked tirelessly to make an offering of love to Sai. Special gratitude to our own sister Sushil and brother Kamal Singh Butler for opening their hearts and the doors of this building for us. Sushil and Kamalji, we could not have done this without your support, without your generosity and your staff. Thank you. Several brothers have given us this weekend to enjoy the conference completely without care. Have you ever heard of that? Now you're living it. We are grateful to you for your help and support. Well, there is no conference without the delegates. Many of you have traveled from far and near to be here with Sai, with your sisters. We thank you, the delegates. Last but not the least, dearest Swami, you are our everything. We know that you are the doer. It is you who has made this conference possible in every way. We pray that you accept this loving offering and forgive us for any mistake that we may have made knowingly or unknowingly. Our sincere gratitude to you and to your abundant blessings and grace on all of us. We offer this conference at your lotus feet. Jai Sai Ram. Thank you.
After those thoughtful words, I'm here to give you some boring logistical information, but important. So we have lunch to-go boxes on the first floor and upstairs, so please make sure you get yours. We request the local center representatives to help us with the cleanup post the conference. In terms of transportation, for those that are taking a later flight, you are welcome to stay at the venue, and transportation drop-offs will be arranged from here. So please do get your lunch, stay here, make yourselves comfortable, and we'll arrange for rides from this place. Sadly, we are now at that point where we will be closing the conference, but not without a wonderful unison singing session. So unison singing, Jai Sai Ram.
Sathya Sai Bhavani Ma. bread. Faith is my food.
Love is my form, truth is my bread, bliss is my food.
My life is my message, expansion is my life.
My life is my message, expansion is my life.
No reason for love, no season for love.
No reason for love, no season for love.
No birth
offer to you all that we consume.